Well, hello there. Good evening, everybody. It's Jamie here, and a very warm welcome to you all to Travel Blog Jamie on this our Monday night live. And oh my goodness, what an out of the world week it's been. It's been amazing. It's been cray cray. It's been just spectacular on so many levels. However, more about that later. It's good to see you all. I missed you. I missed you very much last Monday. I can't even remember what I was doing last Monday. Where was I? I don't remember. I remember being 8 hours ahead of everyone, or most of you. um, People are saying, "Where is he? Where is?" I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I promise you. No evacuations tonight, David. Absolutely not. So look, I flew into London Heathrow, not sort of directly into buildings or anything like that, but onto a runway just this morning, actually. I think we landed 7 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time after a pretty mammoth 19-hour journey. Gosh, the trains are louder than I remember here. Were they always this loud? I think coming from Bali, everything seemed so quiet and peaceful where I was, and now suddenly it's like trains. Yeah, a mammoth 19-hour journey back from Bali to London, and I made it. I'm here, and I'm here with you, and it's nice to be here with you all again. I have got the energy, Wendy. I've got the energy. Yes, I haven't had any sleep today. I just straight back onto GMT, which is, did I say GNT or GMT? I'm straight onto the GNTs since coming back home. Yes, I don't know about dedication. I promised I would be here tonight, if you remember rightly. 2 weeks ago, I said I definitely will be here. And I managed to get a few hours sleep, 4 hours sleep on the second leg of the journey home today, which was just perfect timing, actually. To be honest, I'll be honest with you, I was so tired when I got onto the second flight this morning, the early hours. I thought I was going to lose it. This poor lady sat next to me on the plane. Tiny, beautiful little lady. She just put her cushion over on my side of the chair. I'm like, there's a cushion over the side. So I think it was obviously time for me to sleep. I had 4 hours and I woke up fresh as a daisy. So all is good with the world. It really is. Anyway, let's start with our usual check-in. I like to check in with you all. So I just gauge how we're all doing. 0 would be you need an immediate check-in from somebody here, and you're all excellent at doing that. You really are. And if you put yourselves down, I don't know, an 8, 9, 10, basically riding freestyle all the way to Bali and back on a mosquito's backside, you're that good. How are we all? We've got 8.7s. Wow, we've got 8.77s. Oh, we got a 3. Someone check in with poor Moina, please. Alan is on a 10 plus. Is that even a thing? 8.3s. I would say most of you are quite perky. Sorry to hear that news, John. Hopefully everyone will lift your spirits this evening. That's sad to hear that. Oh gosh, we've got a real range now, actually. I haven't even thought about where I am. I haven't had a chance to think today. I would probably put myself on an 8, I would say. Feeling very fortunate to have had such an amazing experience over the course of the week, but equally grateful to be home in one piece. I think I'm in one piece. Obviously, seeing my loved ones again. Very excited to see everybody coming back here. I'm knocking 2 points off mine. I'm giving myself 8 out of 10. I'm knocking 2 points off because I've got to go to school tomorrow. I mean, that's fair enough, isn't it? God, I wonder what kind of state I'll be in when I wake up, if I wake up tomorrow. The alarm is already on. Everything is set. In the bedroom behind me, everything is laid out perfectly. So I can literally roll out of bed in the morning, assuming the alarm wakes me up, and everything has a place and an order, and it all happens, and I just get to work, and it almost be like I haven't been away, and I have no jet lag at all. At all. I miss you too. I'll see you at some point this year, Mr. Taylor. Babies are fine, thank you very much, Laurie. They were very excited when I came home earlier and got them on film. I like doing that at the moment in my vlogs. Get home and there they are. So there you go. I'm an 8. We're all a bit mixed here tonight, so I don't know what to do. I'm not drinking alcohol. Okay, I'm going to tell you that now. This is water. I feel like whilst I'm feeling quite good and perky, I'm a little bit floaty, if that makes sense. You know, 8 hours time difference is no laughing matter. I've got to be honest with you. You can notice it, can't you? I'm a bit floaty. Oh, and I don't know about you, but if you've ever had a long flight, I still feel like I'm sort of a little bit turbulent. I can feel it. It was a very turbulent flight on the way home today, traveling east. Ooh, it was. Going over India, that was rather bumpy. Sri Lanka, that was quite bumpy. The Middle East was very bumpy today. Very, very bumpy. So I feel like I'm a bit like this, you know. I'm looking great, am I? You are too kind. You are too kind. This I traveled in this t-shirt. It's my super dry t-shirt, look. On the way over, and then I had this washed when I got to the hotel. I don't know why, but it felt like a good luck t-shirt, so I wanted to wear it back as well today. So I haven't changed. I did shower though, but same top. Actually, it smells really good. God, I'm wearing some really good deodorant at the moment, I must say. Anyway, I wanted to also thank you, because the last time we spoke a couple of weeks ago, I was closing in on the 24,000 subscriber mark on here, and you lovely people helped to reach that just in time for me heading off to Bali. So I felt complete about that. I did. I felt like I head to Bali in a complete fashion, and now surpassed it by another 400 actually, which is awesome. So thank you so much for that. Of course, if you haven't yet subscribed, please do. Please turn on notifications. Give this a thumbs up as well. It would be much appreciated. Don't forget, you can follow me. We can follow each other on baaaaaack. For those of you on Facebook with me, you'll notice I posted thousands of pictures of everything I got up to in Bali, and I hope you enjoyed those. But if you want to come over to Facebook, it's Jamie W. Robbins. And as I always say, if your account looks very, very locked down, I've got someone trying to befriend me at the moment, and their account is so locked down, I can't see their face, I can't see anything about their details. Send me a message, DM me or something. Don't at me, DM me. Don't at me, darlings. DM me and just tell me that, yeah, you're legit. Too legit. There's a song there. Too legit to quit. Who sang that? Who was that? Does anybody remember that song? It was on MC Hammer, was it? My goodness me. Anyway, you can also follow me on X, Threads, and Instagram at TravelBlogJamie. Come on over to Patreon. We are having our first meet in Smelly Southampton later this month, actually. I'm really looking forward to that. Mafu is coming with me, which is fantastic. I'm also on Cameo, cameo.com/travelblogjamie, sending those messages to your loved ones or even people you don't like. I'm very flexible, my darlings. If you need a message to someone you don't like, I'm your man. Let me know. Coming up today, folks, we got our regular feature. I know him so well. No trolling TravelBlogJamie or triggered by TravelBlogJamie today. It's quite dry out there. It's as dry as a pile of old bones when it comes to the trolling. I've got to be honest with you. The best thing that's I've had really is some ladies saying there's no narrative to my vlogs. I mean, what am I, a literary giant or something? Is that what I'm trying to achieve here? There's no narrative. I'm really sorry about that lady. Actually, I'm not sorry about that at all. Don't know what she's talking about. I did try and explain to her. Oh, I do this on a cruise, and then I'm filming what I do, and then I move on to and I do this, and I do this, and I do this. Everything is in order, in sequence. Nothing is out of sequence that you see. So I'm not really sure how to create a narrative around that. Sometimes I'm eating, and then I'll go and do the choir right after. I'm not sure how to make a link between those things. If you want me to make a link between those things, my loves, I will try. It was MC Hammer. Thank you very much, Nicola. I will try and make a link between those ideas if that makes you all feel better. But I'm kind of random, aren't I? I just do random things. So hey ho. So yeah, there's no trolling. I mean, what's going on? Maybe I'm dragging people back so well, people don't want to troll. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just too boring to be trolled now. That's what's happened, isn't it? I'll be talking Bali, of course, and I'm going to actually focus some questions on Bali, not just yet, shortly, rather than all your other questions, if that's okay. Otherwise, they're all going to get a little bit mixed and muddled. And of course, we want narratives, don't we? But first, before we do any of those things, you know, I love doing this now. It's kind of like a regular feature. You excel at taking screenshots of our live and smearing me all over the internet like a dodgy pigeon poo. And today, I'd say today is quite subtle, actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count you down from 3 shortly. And if you are someone who likes getting screenshots, I've got a lovely one for you today. And I look forward to seeing what social media platform or outlet you decide to post it on. It's completely up to you. So are you ready? I'm going to count down from 3. Dawn's already done it. Naughty Dawn. Right, 3, 2, 1. Done. That's it. Make what you will of that. The trolls fail at rattling your cage, so they've given up. Do you reckon, Lorna? I don't know. The last time I was talking about trolls, I was literally in fits of laughter, wasn't I? They're just like, they say the funniest things. They really do. Yeah, juicy lips. Thank you very much, Jason. I've been working on those for some time, actually. I really have. Anyway, let's see if you managed to get any decent pictures of me with my big red lips. Gorgeous. Right, next up. Are you ready? Hashtag I know him so well, and I got 3 questions for you today. If you've been following my adventures over the last week, then you will know the answers. So this week I went to Bali, in case you didn't know, and I have 3 questions for you. So you might need to make a note or get typing really quickly. Question number 1, maybe put the number next to them as well, okay? Question number 1. What was the name of the elephant I bathed with? That sounds dodgy, doesn't it? What was the name of the elephant I bathed with? I can see answers coming through. Question 2. What was the name of the type of spiders I came into contact with? There were loads of them on that one street I went to. Too many to count, actually. So what was the name of the type of spiders I came into contact with? Question 3. What is the Indonesian words for fried noodles? Because I ate a shed load of noodles and rice. I'm going to say those 3 again. Number 1, what's the name of the elephant I bathed with? God bless. Number 2, what was the name of the type of spiders I came into contact with? Don't tell anyone because they'll freak out. Everyone freaked out over on Faceache when I posted pictures of these spiders. I mean, they're big, like bigger than my head. And question 3, what's the Indonesian words for fried noodles? Let's have a little look at how you're all doing. Oh, we're not doing badly at all. God blimey, some of you do know very well. You take note as well. I'm going to come back with those answers shortly. Before that, though, let's talk Bali, if that's all right with you. Oh my God, some of you are really good at it. I'm going to have to admit, I thought I made this really hard. Some of you are like, wow. Before we get to the answers, if you've got any questions about Bali, please do start dropping them in. But I do want to just mention a few things about it, certainly in advance of the vlogs coming out. And in fact, by the time I see you next Monday, 2 vlogs will have come out. The journey there and part 1. Part 1 at the moment is about 1 hour and 10. I'm going to try and cut it down for you a little bit more, don't you worry. But there's so much. Oh, people are saying, you got the name wrong. This is right. Clues are here. Yes, there are clues, Nicola. There are. But the point is, does anyone actually read anything? Does anyone take anything on board? So let me tell you, the first thing about this journey to Bali, I was probably as excited and nervous about the flight in equal measure. I don't mind flying. I used to be terrified of flying. I think I told you once, didn't I? There was a time when I'd be going down a runway on a plane and I'd literally start either laughing out loud, like really loud, uncontrollable, nervous laughter, or I'd start screaming, one or the other. And I have had multiple panic attacks in the air as well. So I've been much better at flying. I really have, much. But flying such a long distance, I have to say, did fill me with some nerves. And knowing that the time difference of 8 hours forward there, and being so far away from home, solo, and not always being able to contact someone, I don't know. It all, I wouldn't say it impacted on me negatively, but these are things, some intrusive thoughts, you know. The flight, wow. I mean, it was with Qatar Airways, and I don't know if you've ever flown with them. I hadn't before. They were great. So it's they have the state-of-the-art fleet, don't they? The A350 1000, I think they're called. So these planes have a much larger fuselage. It's a configuration of 3 aisle, 3 aisle, 3. Some planes that are actually smaller than these sometimes have 3, 4, 3, which is ridiculous. They have the widest seats as well of that kind of aircraft. So, you know, I was very happy about all of those things. I had very comfortable seat in economy, actually, good leg room. The food, oh my darlings, oh, the food on Qatar was so good. I actually said in the vlog at one point, I'd go out to a restaurant and order that main course and pay for it. I absolutely would. I had some fantastic food, and my goodness, don't they feed you well on Qatar? So the first leg of the journey to Doha, sorry, there's a reason I'm saying it like that, was just 6 hours and 11 minutes, super fast. It's like strong tailwinds propelling us and bumping us along. Oh gosh, I've lost my train of thought. We had a hot meal en route, and before we landed, we had another hot meal. I'm like, oh my God, 2 hot meals. And then I'm in Doha for 3 hours. I don't know if you've ever been to the airport there. It's crazy. I mean, first of all, it's huge. It's absolutely huge. But it's like a world-class attraction in its own right. In fact, I think the airport won an award in 2022, best airport on the whole planet. There's so much to do there. There are so many great eateries and so on. Massive gardens under a dome, etc. They've got 2 shuttles, trains running through the interior of the airport. It's that big. But arriving early hours of the morning and then not flying out on my connecting flight to Bali until 7 a.m., you can imagine it starts taking its toll, doesn't it? Sleep deprivation is an awful thing. You know, you've all been there, haven't you? When you've been so tired, you can't function and you just have to sleep on the spot. You know, you kind of get to that stage when you're traveling east and you're traveling in the early hours. So, but it was all fine. And then no delays or anything like that. And then on to the next A350-1000, and this time in business class. Oh my God. And I mean, I don't know why I didn't. I've flown business a couple times before. Very nice, spacious seats, you know, turn into beds. But this had a door, like, I mean, that's probably why they call it a Q suite, I presume. Suite. It's got a door to like close yourself in. No one can, you can't see anyone, no one can see you. It's got your own little room. I was like, what the hell? It was amazing, absolutely amazing. And they did iced lattes. Yes, iced lattes. God. And the food, oh my goodness. And it's kind of like anytime dining. You know, they give you all the menus when you board, and you can order whatever you want, and you can even tell them the time you want to eat. So I mean, I stuffed my face silly on the first flight and then at Doha. So I'm like, oh, I'll have this, but I would like it in about 4 or 5 hours, please. It was amazing. The service was amazing. Everything was just incredible. It really was. So flying then through the whole day into the evening, you add another 4 hours, go 4 hours forward again to make up your 8. And then suddenly we're landing at 10:30 at night in Bali. No problem with anything on the flight. Okay, so if you are ever thinking about traveling solo, of course Matthew missed me, of course. If you've been worried about it, I think choosing a good airline actually is probably the right thing to do. I just felt very comfortable with the leg room, even in economy. Like I said, the great service, the food, the entertainment. The screens are big; they're very big. Lots of entertainment. It just felt so welcoming. So I didn't have any issues traveling to Bali solo. And then this is really weird. I was filming exiting the plane in Bali, and I remember saying, I'm actually quite nervous about getting off the plane, going out there now. I not knowing what to expect. I now understand how this plane works, and I feel very comfortable, and I've been so well looked after. I was nervous about getting off the plane. Yeah, and it was all a little bit different. I'm not used to getting off a plane and putting bags through X-rays and before you go through immigration and being searched as I was, and that was fine, by the way, it wasn't a problem. And then making sure you got your visa and there's an immigration form you have to complete electronically when you get there. I didn't know that. They've got computers around the side of the entrance hall where you can do all of that. It was just, I don't know, I think because it was a long flight and tired at that point, it felt like there was a lot going on, and the tourist tax that they introduced in February. And it was really hot and sticky and sweaty, not like me. And then when I finally exited with my luggage, there must have been 200 minimum drivers with their signs everywhere. And they were even standing tiered. And I'm like, oh my, like, and they were going on for miles. I'm like, I'm never going to find mine. And then I just saw this little blue sign, and I thought, blue, TUI, that's got to be it. And I found the driver, and the drive was very interesting. Now, it wasn't particularly busy at that time of night, about an hour's transfer to get from the airport to Ubud, which is where I was staying. And I learned very quickly that there are no rules on the roads at all. Like none. Beeping the horn means get out of the way, or I'm going to cut you off. Coming to a junction doesn't make any difference if you're coming to a junction. Whoever is first goes. So you might have to stop at a junction and wait for someone to pass you, yeah? There, someone's coming, but you'll get there first. You're just going to pull out in front of them. And that's how it worked. So that took a bit of getting used to. I was in awe of how they managed to do it without actually crashing. I've got to be honest. Got to the hotel about midnight, I think it ended up being. and unpacked immediately. I was checking for spiders, for snakes, just in case, under the toilet seat, you know, all that. Bed sheets, stereotypes, you know. It's like fear mongering on TV and films, isn't it? I literally caught myself doing all the things I've seen people do on TV or in films. I mean, I even went to look under the bed. I'm like, oh, there's nothing under the bed. It's great. It was all like nice sort of paneling. Sort of, oh, that's good. That means there won't be anything to be able to crawl out of there. You know, I was that paranoid, and I needn't have been. Actually, there was nothing in my room. There was nothing in my room all week. Not a single spider entered my room. Nothing. Maybe a couple mozzies. That was about it. Got 4 bites, 4 in total for the whole week, and that good because I was in the countryside for most of it, and down by rivers and waterfalls and mud baths and so on, around elephants. I had 4 all week, and I don't even think they were mozzie bites. Unfortunately, can you see that little mark? Can you see that there? I got bitten right there on the bridge of my nose. So the photos and the vlogs look really interesting. But I don't think they were mozzie bites. They haven't itched at all, unless it's a non-itchable mozzie bite. I don't know. I've got no idea. So anyway, look, from a solo perspective, all the preconceptions, stereotypes I had, just a load of nonsense, really, and it was absolutely fine. And the week itself was just, it was incredible. I wanted to push my own boundaries. I wanted to challenge myself to do things that ordinarily I would say no to or wouldn't be interested in. And I did challenge myself massively. In the activities I did, I cycled from a volcano, 25 kilometers. It was downhill most of the way, with a guide. Went to visit a Balinese family in their compound, which was super interesting. Temple on the lake, rice fields, terraces, the UNESCO one, but also small family-run rice terraces as well. Elephant care. Oh, I can't wait to show you the vlogs. I can't. It was just the monkey forest, everything. I just did so much, and it was very immersive and cultural, which is what I wanted. I didn't get to the coast. I wasn't interested in going to a beach. I was just doing things constantly, meeting people, and coming across some of the wildlife. And waterfalls. I went to 4 waterfalls, and I went to a coffee plantation, and my goodness. So I made the mistake on Facebook, if you follow me there, of posting some pictures of spiders. Now, I should have known better, really, because some people are like, I'm never going to Bali. Look at all these spiders. The thing is that these particular types of spiders actually kind of like, for some reason, they congregate in this one street, and their webs are between all of these posts and so on, and they are everywhere. But they're just more concerned about themselves and focus on themselves than sort of trying to track anybody down, or any human being. They really are. Yeah, golden web spiders. They're really not interested. They're not poisonous. Spiders can bite. Spiders in our country, in the UK, can bite as well. They just weren't interested in people at all. I only came across 1 snake during the week, and I did read that, you know, snakes like to be lower down, lower lands, particularly in valleys where there's water. Now, I spent a day going to waterfalls, and when I was walking back from one, a fair bit of mud, you know, lots of water around there. I just saw someone who they like froze. Someone had frozen in front of me, and I thought, oh my God, what's happened to them? And they sort of put their arm up like that suddenly to me, and I nearly trod on, I didn't say that on Facebook because it really would have set everyone on, I nearly trod on a snake that was about 1 meter in length, and it was just making its way across the path into his lovely little bush. Beautiful looking snake, beautiful colors, red, black. It was beautiful. It's his home. I'm trespassing, you know. I saw that snake and it slithered by, and I thought I need to just not be complacent about this place. It's their home. So I need to walk more carefully. You know what I'm like, yeah? I'm like literally like this, aren't I? Oh, I like need to look down as well, you know. But that's the only one I saw. I didn't see any others. And I didn't see any other spiders apart from the ones who like congregating in that particular area. I didn't. Nothing. I saw monkeys on the street, not just in monkey forest either. Escapees. They were beautiful. I didn't have any issues with monkeys. Some people were like they're very, very aggressive, boisterous, and they try and take things from you. I didn't have any issues, and I didn't see anybody else having issues either. I saw some giant snails, like literally massive. I went to a butterfly farm, and if you saw my pictures, I literally, the lady there who was talking me through processes and how they look after them just started putting them on me, including a massive one. I mean, I didn't mind that too. I was fine with it. I didn't mind it at all. It was great. And the food, lastly, I'm going to stop talking about Bali in a second because it is over to you soon. I've got to answer those questions. The food was great. I mean, I love all kind of Asian fusion food, as you know. What I would say is every time I went to eat out and they said, how spicy? And I say, oh, spicy, please. It was always like medium spicy to me. So I started saying, I'd like it spicy, not the way you cook it for tourists, please. No. I want spicy. And then they go, oh, and then that worked. I had the spice. Yes, nice and spice. Right, let me go through. Someone's just said, oh yeah, I went to a water, the water temple as well in Ubud, and you have to wear traditional attire, dress to get in. And Cheryl was just saying, I rock purple. I don't wear purple normally, but I bloody rocked purple that day, and my udeng as well. Oh, I loved it. Loved it. It wasn't a python dawn, definitely. And no, you would never touch or hold. No. I would not have gone near that. No. Respect for the snakes in the wild. This is in the wild. You don't go touching the snakes. Definitely not. There's no touching the snakes, especially ones that are venomous. Leave the snakes to themselves. Please don't go touching the snakes. If you go to Bali, folks, please don't do that. Unless you're talking about the boa constrictor that was in a zoo. That's different. The boa constrictor was the yellow one. Cuddles with it and so on. It's very placid. I was talking about the actual one in the wild. Okay, answers. So, question 1, the name of the elephant I bathed with. I can't believe how many of you know this. Adele. Question 2, the name of the spiders I came in contact with. Again, you got that. Golden orb. I mean, that's amazing. And the Indonesian word for fried noodles. Some of you got it. It was, I don't know if some of you realize the word goreng, because everyone's saying, did you try nasi goreng? Goreng means fried, and mei are noodles. Look at, I was just scrolling. You did so well. How amazing are you knowing these things and getting these things right? That's brilliant. Okay, before we get to you and your questions, before, I did promise you as well, please keep the thumbs up coming. I promise you I was going to tell you about the year ahead, because I've been sort of doing a bit of drip feeding, but I want to tell you some of the travels coming up. So the next travel journey will be on Piano Aurora, and that's Spain, and that's coming up in less than 3 weeks with Matthew. followed by P&O Arcadia, which is the 4th of May. That's just a short cruise with Matthew. I've just booked a short MSC Virtuosa cruise. Again, that's near the start of May, the 9th of May. Matthew and I are then going at the end of May to Spain, to Salau, and we are going to be also staying in Portaventura. I've got to get myself some theme park action this year as well, you know. Then in June, I've got my Queen Mary 2 westbound transatlantic crossing from Southampton to New York and staying in New York City as well, a couple nights. Then July, mum's the word for now. August, Regal Princess, British Isles cruise, followed by another short cruise on Aurora. People in my P&O group, P&O Cruises UK fan page, I'm not calling it a group cruise, okay? We've been talking about doing these for years, but they're calling it a group cruise. I'm not calling it a group cruise, but it seems that we're all, we all know each other going on that cruise. It's not a group cruise. Followed by Cunard's Queen Anne, also in August, followed by Caribbean Princess in September, In Search of the Northern Lights, followed by the one that Matthew's going to book. I'm letting him choose. It's up to him. I think I know what he's going. I think he's going to go with Queen Victoria. That's what I think he's going to do. Just remember this moment, okay? I think he's going to go with Queen Victoria. We'll see. We'll see. Followed by Queen Anne, fortnight, Atlantic coast. Followed by in that's November. December, Christmas with Tui on the riverboat Maya, Rhine River Cruise over Christmas. That's currently what's in the pipeline. And I had to write it down because I don't remember that many things. I really don't. Okay. And I should say, normally by this stage, we've got 200 thumbs up. So come on, keep coming, please. Thumbs up, folks. Right. I'm going to head to the chat. And I'm really sorry if I'm going to start from where I left off, which was where Cheryl said, you rock purple. Thank you. Kim, aren't you jet lagged? Probably. I mean, you don't just get over 8 hours time difference, I don't think. But here's the thing. Everyone's been saying to me, oh, you're going to be terrible. You're going to be so jet lagged. But because I flew in the early hours and overnight, it meant having some rest on the flight. It meant having some sleep. When I woke up this morning, you know, it was about an hour and a half to landing. So, and I haven't slept today because I didn't want to ruin my chances of going to sleep tonight. What time is it now? It's 20 to 9, isn't it? So what time would it be in Bali now? It's definitely bedtime. 20 to 5 in the morning, it is kind of in my head. But I don't feel bad. Like I said, overnight flight really does help massively, I think. So I'm all right. Once I finish with you lovelies, I'm definitely going straight to bed, just chilling out, seeing if I can get to sleep before school tomorrow. So I'm all right. Overnight flights. I had a choice as well, flights, by the way. I could have flown back during the daytime. I'm like, hell no. Overnight kind of forced me to sleep, and then things are a little bit easier adjusting. So all good. Dawn, was the python wild or could you hold it? I think, Dawn, you're referring to the one in the zoo, and that was a boa constrictor. The one in the wild, as I said, new. David Webb, sound like my kind of spiders. Pleased to hear that. My God, their web. You're going to be like, Jamie, why were you touching their web? Because my guide was like, you've got to. They were up higher anyway. It was so strong. I mean, it didn't you couldn't have. I think it would have actually cut me if I'd really tried. So strong, absolutely fascinating. Cheryl says, danger noodles. In my world, yes, I suppose they would be quite dangerous to some people. Thank you, by the way, to those of you who just clicked thumbs up. That's Lovely of you. Always makes me feel better knowing we get past a certain number. It used to be 200 and now it's 300, so you've still got some way to go. Travel with the Thompsons. Did you manage to get the monkey back to the UK successfully? Oh yeah, we were talking about me bringing a monkey back with me. I didn't manage that. I got searched twice in Doha. I mean, why would you search me looking like this? Super dry. Maybe this reminded them of some sort of drug baron or something. I don't know. So just while I didn't have the monkey with me, I was going to bring a monkey back. They're so cute, so lovely. I've got some amazing footage in one of the vlogs actually of a smaller monkey kept climbing this pole and diving into a pool. He loved it, but every time he landed and splashed, all the monkeys around him were going crazy. They were all playing, and it was just stunning to watch and to film as well. I hope you enjoy the vlogs. I've been editing them over the last week, and gosh, I'm like literally smiling constantly whilst reliving it. It's just fabulous. So sorry, Traveller Thompsons, no monkeys here. Darcy, question 2 and 3 are about Borealis. Number 1, what is the best ship in the Fred Olsen fleet? I don't do best ships. I don't. I think they're all fantastic. I would be asking myself probably more about the itinerary. It depends. If you want the smallest ship, then Balmoral. The other two are almost identical, Barletta and Borealis. Favorite restaurant. I think I've said previously on the Fred Olsen fleet, there are 2 specialty dining restaurants, both Asian. You go to both. They're only £10 each as well. So there's no favorite, I'm afraid. Those ships are small enough for you to be able to do everything and enjoy everything. You don't need to choose. And there you go. I've answered question 3 as well. Vasco and Colours and Tastes are the names of the specialty restaurants on Fred Olsen. Go to both. There's no way you could choose between them. They're both excellent. Paul Green, we've got ducks, we've got webs, we've got spiders. That's beautiful. Thank you for those. Bonnie, loved your pictures of the butterfly farm. I have only been to 2, one in Maui and the other in San Francisco. The butterflies were not as big as the ones in Bali. They were big, weren't they? I have to be honest with you. If you saw the picture, the one that's, do you remember that one? It is that big, and I'm not joking. Some of you are like, you're exaggerating. That's the one that was on me here. Actually, officially is a moth. And I can't remember his lifespan or her lifespan. Was it 3 days or 5 days? It's unbelievable. You saw that picture, that huge creature on me, only had another 2 days to live. It's just mind blown, you know, absolutely. But that was a great experience. It really was. I think at one point I was the only visitor at that butterfly farm, which was surreal, very. Paul says, how does Bali compare to your holiday in Barbados? Okay. Right, without wanting to offend anyone, I think Barbados is beautiful, but I don't think it holds a huge amount of interest for me personally. I just don't. I love swimming. I love beach life. I love swimming with the turtles, etc. It's got a very interesting coastline as well, but I don't think it compares in terms of cultural interest or things to see and do. Bali is about 1 billion times more interesting, in my opinion. So sorry if that offends anyone, but Barbados is beautiful. It is. Bali is another level. I've never experienced anything like it ever. If you've followed my journey or if you look at the vlogs, I think that will give you a really good indication as to the kind of things you can do, you know. And obviously I've only scraped the surface. There's so much else, but I did as much as I could. Clarty says you should wear more purple. Okay, I might do that. Yana, question about Bali. How did you feel about the way the animals were treated? None of the animals that I came into contact with were treated badly. In fact, the opposite. So I'm not sure what you're referring to. The only thing that I was very conscious of were, luwak coffee comes from coffee beans that have been pooed out by the luwak, the actual animal, and the free roaming range luwak. That's one thing, but I know that there are many luwak farms and they're not treated very well at all. So the ethical issue, I'm not really sure what you're referring to there, Yana, about the animals I came into contact with. Dave says, hope you're okay, my dear. I am very okay. Thank you, Dave. John. Oh, can I just talk about ethics as well of travel to different places? I have issues with my own country and ethical issues in this country. I really do. If I think about sexuality, for example, and travel, which can be complicated, I've only ever been abused, sworn at, attacked in my own country for that, by the way. Interesting, isn't it? Memories for a lifetime. Absolutely. Absolutely. Daz says, checked in today for a cruise in a couple of weeks' time. Really excited. Thanks for the recent P&O vlogs. You're welcome. Was considering MSC cruise, but after another channel's experience, I will never choose them. Oh, but that depends on the channel, because I do know of some channels who go on certain cruise lines knowing they already don't like the product because they want to create content based on what they don't like. So I would be a little bit cautious about that personally. I mean, I don't like Ambassador Cruise Line. I had a very poor experience, but I wouldn't ever say don't go on Ambassador. Because there were cruise vloggers who had a freebie the week before who loved it. So it must be awesome. Amory says, school will be a challenge tomorrow. It's always a challenge. On a scale of 1 to 10, Kate asks, how excited were your ratties when they saw you? They were sleeping when I got home. And then when they realized it was me, they recognized the voice and the smell. I was going, oh, I probably smell like Bali. I'm really sorry. Then they were excited. Yeah. Bless them. Laurie, I just booped the like button. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Booped. Kate, how did you enjoy the monkey forest? It was really nice just to see. I think there's 1,260 monkeys in that forest. It was just nice watching them all roaming free, playing. Like I said, the ones diving into the pool, they just looked like they were having such a mental fun time. It was crazy. Pauline, do you know if you can add to onboard credit before boarding Avia? Add to as in you pay for it before you get on? I don't think so. You used to be able to do that with Princess. Don't know if you can do that with Princess, actually. If anyone knows the answer, please let Pauline know. I don't remember seeing an option for that, if I'm honest with you. Maybe somebody else. Gary, it would be squeaky bum time with me and spiders. Yeah, I get it. Here's the thing, though. All the people on my Facebook group, Facebook page rather than group, saying that's disgusting, that's vile, that's this, that's that. And I was just thinking to myself, where do people get all these ideas from? Where? You've learned it from somewhere. You weren't born thinking those things. You weren't born with a phobia of spiders, for example. Where does it all come from? That's what I would ask myself. Because I bet most of us have never come into contact with a poisonous spider and been bitten, you know. I mean, I was just in Bali for a week and I saw them roadside on a web, and that was it. You know, that's all right. I think we should challenge our preconceptions of those kind of things, definitely. Okay, moving on. Karen says all checked in for Aurora. Can't wait to get on board and hopefully. Oh yeah, check-in open today for Aurora. Absolutely, and then a week's time we can book any restaurants, specialty dining if we want to. David asked about Alaska. Is it on your cruise list soon? It was on. It got cancelled. It's not back on. So I know everyone who's been, everyone says you must go. It's amazing. All the pictures I see of it, I'm undecided. Okay, I'm much more excited about going in search of the Northern Lights and going to North Cape, if I'm honest with you. So it is on my list, David. It's on a page 3 or 4 of the list, though. Okay, Anne-Marie, you will love Fred Olsen. Oh, to Darcy, yes, hopefully will. Wendy, great to see you back safely. Thank you very much. I see from some of your vlogs that you and Matthew use power banks to charge your phones when you're away. Any particular brand? No, actually. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? I think it's more about how long they last as to which ones. So I would always check that out. I will bring the power banks to the next session and show you what they look like. Okay, but the ones we've currently got would charge a phone twice, which is great if you're out for the whole day. And it worked very well in Bali for me as well, actually. So just search for like a lifespan, you know, how many times will they charge a phone in one go without having to recharge the actual power bank. Vicky, how old was Adele? 38, much younger than me. Kim's talking about Oistin, Zimbabwe. I don't know what that is, actually. Kate, Bali is fabulous. Very interesting place. It's really interesting culturally, spiritually, religiously, everything. Nicola, if you have a day in Bali, what would you recommend? Oh, if you're there on a cruise. Okay, if I only had one day, I would do what I did on the third day, which was to hire a driver for the day. It was £50 for 9 hours and plot on a map all the places you want to go. And then they take you to each one. Or they say, actually, no, that would be too far. We'd never do that in the time. That was an amazing day. There was just this sense of freedom and contrast in what I was doing. So that way, for example, you can go to some of the rice terraces. You could go to, I don't know, the monkey forest, for example. You could spend some time with the elephants. You could do a bit of everything, whatever you fancied. What do you fancy? Oh, the volcano as well, Mount Batu. It's absolutely stunning up there in the caldera, just stunning. Oh, there's too many things. Go to the beach, go to one of the islands, go snorkeling. Okay, we've got people talking amongst themselves, which is very nice of you. Any more thumbs up? Any more thumbs up? Any more? Any more for any more? Any more? Any more? Not yet. Nice seeing you chat amongst yourselves. What were prices like? Asked Liz and Dave. Okay, so just some examples. Going into the monkey forest was 80,000 Indonesia rupiah, which is about £4. I had a meal of a starter and a main and a drink for £3.50. You can get bottles of water and so on for 60p, that kind of thing. Beer, about £1.20. And I think it will depend where you go. You know, the further away from tourist areas as well, the cheaper. You know, Ubud is probably considered one of the more expensive areas to eat. Oh, and you got to pay to go to some of the waterfalls as well. But they were coming out at about 20,000, which is like, what's that? What's it? About £1. Sorry, I'd say it's really cheap. I changed £200 into rupiah before going. and I still had quite a bit left on the last day to spend. So there were some people who got some very handsome tips, which you were like, oh, for me, I'm like, absolutely. I got some souvenirs as well, Matthew, a thing or two. You looked in total awe in Bali. I've never, ever seen anything like it or experienced anything like it. And I was so welcomed by the people there as well. Whilst I had to learn a lot about their culture and their religion, I didn't know much about Hinduism at all. I feel like I've come away knowing a lot more now. I don't know, it's just such a different way of life. Everything. And I was just fascinated, and I felt it was really good for me to just learn so much about something so different that is unrecognizable to me, actually, at times. I just felt like it was a very good thing for me to do, and I feel more knowledgeable as a result, and I think that can only be a good thing. David says, David, I've scrolled and you've gone. No, come back, David. You're going to be so vexed with me, aren't you? You've disappeared. Gotcha. I'm going to Barbados on the 21st for a back-to-back cruise on Morella Discovery. Nice. I hope you enjoy that. I love Morella Discovery. It's a Cruise Life. Hi, Jamie. Hi, It's a Cruise Life. Andrea, Barbados was amazing before it was commercialized. I mean, I didn't actually stay in a very commercialized area at all. I just don't think it has, if I were comparing it with Bali, it doesn't have the same sort of level of contrast that I find really interesting. That's all. Sam, I'm looking at Discovery 2 Asia Cruise next year with Morella. So many mixed reviews. I don't read, this is the thing, Sam, I don't read all of these reviews on cruise ships ever. And I don't watch all the channels bad mouthing all the different cruise lines either, if I'm honest. Jason, absolutely nothing wrong with MSC. Go with an open mind before making your own decisions. Some other channels go with preconceived ideas. Don't always believe the negative unless Jamie says it. All I would say is I don't have any preconceived ideas about any of these cruise lines. I hear negatives just from interacting with you lovely people, just from my own Facebook group, etc. But I don't necessarily listen to or take it on board any more than, you know, the cruise vloggers who went on Ambassador the week before me didn't pick up on any of the things that were less than good. And yet, for some reason, I seem to stumble upon many of them. So I think always go with an open mind, try things out yourself. You know, MSC is obviously many people's first choice for many reasons, you know, being good value for one of them. And they keep building ships, don't they? So they're not doing that badly. They're not doing that badly. Jason, Mr. Jamie, I got called Mr. Jamie a lot when I was away. Mr. Jamie is the most honest vlogger I watch. Oh, I hope that's not true, actually. I like to think I just show you what is in front of me, what's happening, how I feel, you know. Someone else could experience it differently. I think it's important to remember people experience things differently, even on the same holiday or the same cruise. And that's really important. So I hope I'm honest in what I'm showing you. Yes. I hope other people are honest as well in what they're showing you. Daniel Taylor, wedding next May is the plan. Yay! I will await my invite. Get my hat. Tara, we came across a certain channel of negativity just last night. Oh, I don't know much about what I'm seeing a lot of comments about this, and I'm starting to piece it together, and it doesn't all sit very comfortably with me, if I'm honest with you. So I'm just going to keep out of it, and I'm going to not everything is always bad, though. I mean, even on Ambassador, I had more positive to say about negatives on board, you know. There's always two sides to a story, or is it three? I can't remember now. Anita, check out jumping spiders. They are so cute. I love that you think that. I think so as well. I mean, rabbits are cute when they hop up and down, aren't they? So, well, why can't a spider be cute when it's jumping around? Sorry, I can't read your name. It's in a different script. We are flying to Bali next month. Have you got the vaccinations before travel? What vaccinations are you referring to? You don't need any vaccinations. Tetanus, that would be useful. What else are you referring to? You don't need anything else. Daz, you can add cash to your onboard account on P&O. Yeah, when you're on it. I think Pauline was asking about beforehand. And you still have to use credit card. Dawn, when I was younger, a spider nearly climbed into my ear off my pillow, and I turned over and saw it. Scared the life of me. Yeah. They're tiny little things, and we've got holes, haven't we? Ooh, I've just had an awful thought. Oh dear. Moving swiftly on. Please don't forget, keep those thumbs up coming. We only got about 5 minutes, and it would be great to get to the 300 mark if you don't mind. We got people thanking each other. Kate is hoping to do a Northern Lights cruise in 2026. Oh, I can't wait to do that later this year. I can't wait. Dr. Stewart is in the house. I'm with you, Jamie, about the issue of avoiding a cruise line because a particular channel doesn't like them. My best advice is to do deep dive research into the lines that look like they are for you. Yeah, I mean, people have axes to grind and everything, you know. I know one channel that goes on P&O only to produce negative content, it would seem. And I just find that very odd. Andrea, we have false widow spiders in our roofs, so I'm scared of them, but okay about other spiders in our house. Cheryl, I had a massive danger noodle brought to me in the floral hall in Rhyl that scared the life out of me. Hence, what is a danger noodle? Is this? I don't know what a danger noodle is. It's a foot, and I don't know. I don't know what it is. Is it a snake? Paul, hi Jamie. Going to the Azores on Ballet in June. Would like to know if you have been. No, but no, I can't help you with that, Paul. I'm afraid. However, Mafu has found a cruise to the Azores, and I think it's next. It's 2025. So I'm really sorry I can't help you with that. If you want my advice next year, I'll be all over it though. Okay. Tony says, don't think you heard any trains tonight. Oh, really? I thought they've been quite loud tonight, but I think I'm a bit more sensitive at the moment to noise. I've kind of found myself talking quieter as well at times to you, I think, than normal. Kate says, go to Nusa Dua. Yeah. The reason I didn't go there, by the way, is because I wanted to be fully immersed on the island of Bali. That was the only. Paul is going in July, not June. Sorry, then you're going to find out about it before me, so you can give me all the advice. Cynthia, I regularly handle snakes, spiders, even Madagascar hissing roaches. Awesome. As an environmental science instructor. Wow. They were just the coolest. Yeah. I just, I understand why people are scared of them, but I still maintain that's more of a media type storm, isn't it? In films, etc., making them out to be the worst. Cruising with Molly. I agreed to a certain channel last night, but make your own mind up. Oh, I agreed to a certain channel last night. Yeah, I heard that the certain channel were told they weren't allowed to use certain equipment on the ship to film, and that certain channel also had that experience with NCL, but they still sail on NCL all the time. So I'm not sure what the difference is. Maybe they could comment on that to their followers. I'm not one of them. The recent MCL vlog did seem more aimed at vloggers with big cameras going into relaxing areas. Is that not just what I was alluding to? The ship and service looked amazing. Okay. See, this is what it says, like a little jigsaw puzzle, isn't it? Peter says, Paul, do a private tour as they go on a different route from the ship tours. It's a great place. People talking amongst themselves. That's lovely. I like seeing that. Thank you for the extra thumbs up. 19 more would be awesome. It really would. It's Cruise Life wants to try every cruise line. I like that idea. I think I'd like to try every. I can't think of a cruise line that I wouldn't try. Ambassador, I would try again, but I would give them a bit of a berth for now, and I want to go on with someone because I don't feel, for me as a solo passenger, it works for me. But if I were with Matthew, for example, I think it would work better. Bye, Kate. Yeah, Yana, didn't mean to sound judgy earlier. It sounded a bit judgy. Yeah, because actually it's one thing that I do a lot of research on when I go to any country, you know, like the human rights record as well as treatment towards animals. And like I said, I was very conscious of not being drawn into the LUAC kind of hotspots and purchasing that kind of coffee and what have you. So I try to be careful as I can. But like I said, I've experienced more issues in my own country when it comes to bigotry, etc. So maybe I should just leave this country. Tony says his experience with MSC has always been positive. Ships are immaculate. Staff have always been brilliant. Better than some more premium American brands. I mean, I've enjoyed my cruises on MSC, and as I said earlier, I've just booked another one. It's a short one. It's probably going to be labeled a booze cruise. I'm okay with that. It's a short cruise. Booze away, enjoy yourselves. As long as you're not in my face, spitting all over me, I don't mind, you know? Go and enjoy yourself. Hi, Devon Detcher. I know you've been working, haven't you? Matthew, if you had to choose between a Morella cruise or P&O, which I wouldn't have a preference between P&O or Morella. It would depend on the itinerary. I like both for very, very different reasons. And I don't think you can compare those two cruise lines on many levels at all, other than their ships and they'll take you to a port. They are so different. It would help maybe if you could tell me what the itineraries were and maybe the ship names. If you've got that level of detail, then I'd be able to hopefully advise you a little bit better. Kate's had many vaccinations before going, but they're not, you don't have to have them. I had those vaccines when I went to the Gambia in Africa, but not Bali. Debbie, did you take, no, Mr. Googly Eyes, did you take Mr. Googly Eyes for a retirement trip? No, Mr. Googly Eyes is resting. Stop the rest of him falling apart. Sorry. There'll be a new something or somebody or someone or something plastic soon. There will be, I promise you. Travel with Lucy, Travel Life, I'm so sorry, with Lucy. Looking at a cruise to Italy, France, Spain for a week, but can't choose between Pinot Azure or Morella Voyager. So, both, even though Morella Voyager, whilst an old ship, has only recently joined the fleet, both those ships, in my opinion, do need some work in places. So that puts them on an even peg at the moment. They both need work. I found the bars, the food more to my taste on Pinot Azura on this occasion than Voyager. And we just, unfortunately, on Voyager had the issue of sewage smells on multiple decks and even in two of the bars, which was really off-putting. our cruise on Azura in January. I don't know if you've seen that. You could compare both my vlogs between Azura and Voyager. Actually, we had a better time on Azura on this occasion. But you know, Voyager being newer to the fleet, I think with all cruise ships, they just need a little bit of time. The crew need a bit of time to get used to the way things work on them as well. So for me personally, though, I had a better cruise on Azura over the last year. Can you not book both? Go on both of them? Do you have to choose one of them? Again, it would depend for me on the ports of call, and I imagine Voyager would be more port heavy than Azura. Is that right, Lucy? Oliver is on RV again, 7th of July. I hope you have a nice time. It sounds like it might be a med cruise. People saying hi to each other. Hi, 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 hi. Jan and husband want to do the Amazon. Oh, that would be fun. Take me with you. Is cruise ship P&O Britannia a good ship? What define good ship, please? I've had nice cruises on Britannia, but what's good ship for you, please? It's the same model of ship as many of the princess ships, you know, the royal class ship. It's not my favorite layout in terms of ships, but I do like Britannia for some of its fabulous bars, adults only section with pool, lovely crow's nest, some nice restaurants. Oh, you can even go to the cookery club there, and they've got the Limelight Club, which I like. So Britannia's got some of what the newer ships have as well. Negative output is more profitable, says David. Well, wouldn't you just know it, David? And don't people who make those vlogs know it as well? Moina, you will so love the cruise in search of Northern Lights. Oh, I say hope so. I'm sure I will. I can't wait. I can't wait. Thank you, Lucy. I did have a great time away last week. We're down to just 2 more minutes. Oh, look, only 8 thumbs up to go. Yay. I'm going to see if I can whip through the remaining questions really quickly. Jackson, I booked on P&O RV for the first time on a 40-night cruise to the Mediterranean. What is experience like a first time cruising with P&O? I mean, you're asking someone who's been sailing with P&O for 12 years. So I think other people who are in the room who have only just started sailing P&O would be much better placed to answer that, because actually P&O have changed, the products changed quite a lot in the last 12 years as well. So what it's like to be a first-time cruiser with P&O now, I don't know, because I'm not one of them, if that makes sense. So I think I'd be misadvising you. What I would say, though, if I were new to P&O, I would definitely do my research on the kind of places I wanted to eat. I love my food. I love variety. And I would probably try and book some of them in advance. That's just me, though, because I love my food. Okay. Dad says you have to try things for yourself. Too much information can sometimes be a bad thing. It's true, it can be. Matthew's gone on Explorer 2. Adriatic Affair. Been looking at P&O for next year. Iona around the fjords looks great. Yeah. You might have seen my vlog on Iona to the fjords. We had a great time. We did some fabulous things there as well. Beautiful, beautiful, stunning scenery. Travel, Lucy says, almost the same itinerary, probably in reference to somebody else. Paul, did you see people had trips cancelled on Iona October 25 for work on the ship? That is very unfortunate, and I think probably when you say trips booked on it, you mean whole cruises, or do you mean excursions? I'm not sure what you mean there, Paul. Devon Deck Chair, does it run smoothly? I'm sorry, what runs smoothly? I don't know what you're referring to, I'm afraid. Sorry. What's your favorite cocktail on Iona? I like anything really sour or bitter. So unfortunately, they don't do classic espresso martinis without all the sugar and vodka, vanilla. That would probably be my favorite. They do a nice passion fruit martini, though. It's actually just pretty much made of alcohol without lots of pineapple juice and stuff like that. That is so often added to them. They also don't use vanilla vodka, which is great because it just all becomes very sweet then. So it's a nice sour one. I like that one very much. I would consider doing a world cruise, Claire. Yeah, just the timing would have to be right. And obviously, I'm not doing a world cruise without Matthew. So that's not going to happen for some time yet. We're down to 1 minute. I think the issue on MSC was that it was the yacht club, and I suspect someone had paid quite a lot of money to escape the crowds. Ah, okay. You think it was intrusive? Okay. I don't know. Here's the thing, though. Everyone's saying different things about whatever happened with that channel, and no one quite knows exactly what. So I think if we don't have all the information, maybe we shouldn't be boycotting a cruise line. And actually, don't boycott a cruise line because some vloggers had a problem on board. You know, I had a problem on board Ambassador, but I encourage you all to go and try it out for yourself. Absolutely. Don't listen to me. Jane is doing MSC video tours, transatlantic. Oh, lovely, to Barbados in November. You've heard good and bad things. Make up your own mind. Yeah. Some people talk about the food not being very good. I mean, they have one of my favorite specialty dining restaurants in Ola, the Mexican. It's superb. I love it. They have some other really good restaurants on board as well. The main dining room for me was a bit hit and miss, but there was plenty of other. And also, I think MSC Pizza is probably the most authentic I've had. Princess Pizza is beautiful, but it is not really truly authentic. I really like the MSC one, and they do some great pasta as well. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Oliver would like to do Caribbean but hate flying. I mean, you either do a transatlantic Caribbean or you fly. Sorry, but you can do a transatlantic. You don't have to fly there. You just need more time off. Annabelle, are you going on Iona soon? Well, I was on Iona just a few weeks ago. Annabelle, did you watch the vlogs? So no, not going on Iona again anytime soon. It was only a few weeks ago I was on board. I think it was actually 3 weeks ago. Thank you, Shani. I did have an awesome week. Okay, I'm sorry if I missed anybody. Oh, hi from Emma Cruises is Celebrity Infinity. Nice. Oh, that's one of the older ones, isn't it, Emma? I think it's one of the older ones. Sorry, Emma, I've not seen what you're up to at the moment, just because I've been away, you know. Tony says a cruising channel have MSC history. Yeah, excellent. Oh, the Rotterdam stay. You mean actually on board Rotterdam, in Rotterdam? Oh, 2000. Emma says that Infinity was launched in 2000, so 23-year older. Nice. Well, I hope you're having a nice time. Listen, folks, 1 hour and 17 minutes. Oh, my goodness. I can't believe anyone's still here watching. I appreciate you coming along tonight. I think that I've been a little bit quieter than normal. Apologies if my jet lag is shining through, but we made it. We made it. I will see you next Monday with a very different take and slant on things, I imagine. And pray for me tomorrow. If any students cross me tomorrow, I could get sacked. Okay, I'm just saying that now. I could absolutely get sacked. You're welcome. That I think I managed to answer most people's, didn't I? So we're doing all right. Don't forget, my next vlog is out Wednesday. That will be the epic Qatar Airways journey, economy class and business class, all the way to Bali. And then on Saturday, part 1 of my Bali experience, packed. It's absolutely packed. As I said, it's about 1 hour and 10 minutes at the moment. I'll try and chop it down a little bit more for you so that you've got good pacing. I hope you enjoy those. Let me know how you get on. Let me know what you think of them in the comments, of course. And for now, many thanks to you all. I'm going to give you a massive kiss. Mwah. Take care and lots of love to you all. I'll see you soon. Bye.